Hello, good morning, and welcome back to all of you. It's Vishal Manocha, Networth Immigration Solutions. We are live back again. I'm an RCIC, a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and clients can definitely trust us for all their immigration need. We have been in this business from last 17 years and doing very successfully. Welcome back to our live session. This is 11 a.m. in Canada right now and 8:30 p.m. in India. Welcome back to our live session. We do have this session every Friday for all of our clients who are across the globe. I know there are a lot of people who wait for this live update. So we bring you this update from the last 1 week, whatever has happened in the immigration industry. We talk about that, and we also talk about if you have um, if you have got any question, you can put it into the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And if I just got a message right now, volume today. Are you all able to hear me properly? I just want to understand that before we start up. If more of the viewers can post their views into the comment section and let me know, are you able to hear me properly? Then we can continue with the session, or I may have to figure out about the volume issue today because I think we had some issue last time. But if you're still having the same issue, do let me know and I will try to figure out how to do rectify that thing. So we will be discussing today about the express entry two draws which were held in July. What was the breakdown of those draw? Because the draw was held, but people were not exactly here which category of people were invited. But IRCC has given a breakdown of people who were invited under this draw and which people with what score were invited. So we have got a table, a graph, and a data to show you, which will exactly let you know how many people were qualified under this category and how many people were invited. So we will be taking up that in detail today about what were the people who were invited and what we can expect from the future draw coming in the near future. So, other than the guy who is just the person who's writing that there is a problem in the volume, is everybody okay with the volume? We need to work out something on that. Kindly let me know, and I'll try to figure out. And again, as I said, because from my end, everything seems to be fine. But if you're still having issues, kindly, if anybody else can also post it into the comment section, we can take it and look after it again. But and other than that, we will be discussing about a major update from IRCC. I hope everybody in the IRCC pool might have received an email this week from IRCC to answer three more questions about their education in Canada. If you've completed the education, they have made some changes. Temporarily, Canadian immigration has basically they have allowed the because of the pandemic they have allowed the education if you are taken online, even if the complete application sorry education was taken online, you are still allowed under express entry to claim the point for the education because of pandemic. And on temporary basis, IRCC have announced that they will be still getting points. So three questions have been put into the section. We will be discussing about both those three questions are what you need to do and when you are supposed to answer them, because the deadline to answer that question is coming up next week. We will be talking about more in about those three questions and exactly about how what to answer them, and then definitely you have to update that in your system, in your profile if you have created your profile of your own. If you have a representative, then definitely you need to contact them. If you haven't heard back from them, everybody need to update the answer of those three questions if you have taken your education in Canada and you want to claim point for those education. Thirdly, we will be discussing about the onshore admissions for fall 2022 and January 2023. GTA colleges are open up for both the September intake and January intake. You can contact us immediately. We will be discussing about which colleges are available, which programs are available for fall 2022 um, and January 2023 intake. Last, we will be also discussing about spousal open work permit application. There is a great news right now. The spousal open work permit application are being processed as low as 2 to 3 months of processing time, which is a great news for spousal open work permit application. In fact, every day we are getting one or two spousal visa approvals. You can check our Google reviews, you can check our Facebook page. We upload their videos, their reviews from the client, and their experience through us. So if you are looking to apply for spousal open work permit, we can definitely help you and try to get you as much, basically not try to get you, basically our success rate in spousal open work permit is around 98%. So we make sure all our clients who we are assisting are achieving their desired result. It's all about presentation. It's all about what document you're submitting. So we will be discussing more about spousal open work permit application later on. So now to start off with Express Entry, there were two draws held on 6th of July and then last week, I think it was on 20th of July. Although there was no data released and it was just told that it's an all category draw. But recently IRCC has revealed what number of applications were invited under which category. So I'll be just discussing about that with you in detail. So one was provincial nominee program uh, under the 6th of July and 20th of July. These were the two dates when the draws were held. So on 6th of July, the number of ITA issued were 1500 and the CRS score was 557. The people who were invited under provincial nominee were 700, out of them were under that category, and Canadian experience class was 595 and federal skill worker was only 205. So yes, that was the breakdown of the draw which was held on 6th of July. I'll just repeat again. Under provincial nominee program, 700 candidates were invited. Under Canadian experience class, 595 candidates were invited. And federal skill worker class, only 205 candidates were invited. So if you are just wondering like why you were not invited, then this is the breakdown of how many people were invited on the draw held on 6th of July. Then the second draw was held on 20th of July, and the provincial nominee people, the number of people invited was 1750, so 250 more than the previous draw, and the CRS score was 542, so which was 15 points less than the draw which was held on 6th of July. So the number of invitations sent under provincial nominee program under this draw was 764. And under Canadian experience class, it was 569 candidates were invited under Canadian experience class. And the good news was there was a jump in the federal skill worker category, and around 417 people were invited under that draw for the federal skill worker class. So basically, yes, the number was 1750. So you can see all three category people were invited. That's why these draws were called all categories draw. But still, provincial nominee program had the highest number of draws in both the draw which were held in July, followed by Canadian experience class, and then followed by federal skill worker program. So FSW, you can still see uh, not too many people were invited through federal skill worker class. But the great news is, in fact, at least the invitation has started after a gap of almost 1.5 years, around 18 to 20 months. There was no draw held for this category. At least that has started. Canadian experience class, the draft draw was held September 2021. They have again started in July, and at least right now, if you combine the two numbers, there were around 1,200 people with Canadian experience class skills were invited in this draw. So that was a complete breakup of the last two draws which were held. What we can expect from the next draw might be the similar sort of breakdown under the three categories, and the draw may come another 5 to 10 points lower than the previous one in the coming next draw. The next draw is expected next Wednesday. There was no draw held this week. This week we got this update about who were invited, but next Wednesday we are expecting another draw, and we'll be hoping that IT is going to increase to around, I think, 2,000 will be my guess, and the score of CRS may drop down to another 5 to 10 points in the next draw. So you can expect yourself getting an invite. If you are scoring somewhere between 530 to 542, you can expect yourself getting an invite under the next draw. And under all these three categories, you will be eligible to get this. Will be getting the draws will be held, and you will be getting your invites under this draw. So if you are still not into the pool, and if you're still wondering what should be the right way and when you should do and when you should apply it to the pool, that is definitely as soon as you think you are eligible, as soon as you have completed your education, you evaluated them through one of the credentials have been evaluated, you have got your IELTS score, you have got your 1 year experience, either it's international or Canadian experience class, you should be into the pool because surprises can happen anytime. There may be a specific candidate experience cross draw coming up. You never know. So be prepared. Be into the pool. Once you are into the pool, then only you will have a chance of basically getting an invite. If you're not into the pool, you will never get a chance of getting any invite. So obviously, the bottom line is you have to be into the pool so that you can um, basically qualify and get an invite through one or the other program, either PNP, either CEC, or Federal Skill Worker, whichever is under which you qualify. You can definitely go ahead and submit your profile, and you can have a chance of being invited under those draw. So this was about Express Entry from the last 2 weeks. The last update, as I said, the next Express Entry draw is expected next Wednesday, and you should be getting an invite if you are again. But the draw will be again above 500, so don't expect anything lower than that. It will be above 500, but let's see how much it's dropped down and how much number of ITR have been issued. We will come to know by next Wednesday. Secondly, talking about, as we discussed about what everybody who is into the pool, especially who have got an academic experience, education, you might have got an email and there were 3 questions being added into your profile which you need to answer, and you need to answer them before the deadline. The deadline to answer that question is 2nd of August. By 2nd of August 2022, that is by coming Tuesday, you need to open up your profile. Make sure you don't miss that one, because if you miss out to answer those questions, you may not get an invite. So 2nd of August is the deadline to answer those 3 questions. Those questions are related to your Canadian education. Basically, what has happened is CEC, like IRCC, basically have allowed uh, initially, like before pandemic, if you have done all your education online, you were not considered to be getting points for Canadian class. But now, because of pandemic, and if you have done your education from March 2020 to August 2022, you will be still getting points under Express Entry and for your education, which is good. So to get those points, you need to answer these questions. I will be just discussing those questions, what were those questions which have been added, but make sure you have answered. If you have not yet answered them, answer those questions by 2nd of August 2022, which is coming Tuesday. I'm reminding it again. It's very important for international students. If you want to claim points, if you want to stand a chance of getting invited, you need to answer those questions. I will be just going over with you with the questions which have been asked. The first question we have asked uh, is the client studying in Canada based on an award that required them to go back to their home country applying their knowledge and skills? Definitely the answer to them is no. Second is, if the client has completed at least 50% of study or training program course through in-person learning. So if you have completed, don't worry about if the answer is yes or no. That is not going to deduct your point. Your points will still remain the same. The point will be the same. So don't worry about that you will be losing your point. If your education has been even more than 50%, even 100%, you will still claim your point. But all you need to do is you still need to answer these questions so that your profile has been updated, and whenever the next draw is happening, you are getting in, maybe getting a chance to get an invite, but you have to make sure you are answering those questions. The second question being asked here is your study in Canada for at least 8 months in order to earn the degree or diploma? I'm pretty sure all the international students who take up their education in Canada, their program length is more than 8 months or at least 8 months. So the answer of this question will be again yes. If you have not done so, again, you need to go ahead and log in into your profile, answer these 3 questions, please, and you have to update. Make sure when you update your profile, you are validating it again. You are submitting it's basically submitting again your Express Entry profile. So don't just save it and don't log out. You have to complete the process. You have to go at the end and sign your application again. Then only your answer will be transmitted into the system and you will get your point. But make sure you are answering those questions correctly. And as I said, it's not going to affect yes or no, it's not going to affect too much of your points. But you are supposed to answer this question before 2nd of August 2022. So make sure you are doing it. This is very, very important for all the students who are in Canada or even outside Canada, but they have done their education in Canada and are claiming point for their education. They need to do it. The last question they've added is, did you study full time for at least 8 months to earn this degree or certificate? Now, one is the first question: why have you at least studied in Canada? That was the first question. The second one is almost somewhere similar, but it asks about have you at least done 8 months of program? Either you have done in Canada or in India or in anywhere part of the world, doesn't matter. Have you done it at least 8 months? You have to again answer yes or no. 90% definitely your answer will be yes, because that is the minimum length of program you need to do to qualify yourself for a post graduation work permit. So I'm pretty sure most of the people will be answering yes to all these three, at least answering yes to last two questions. The first one may have answer of yes or no, because there are a lot of people, there are a lot of students who have completed their complete education online from their home country. Few people have done in Canada 50% and 50% outside Canada. Some may have done only one semester. So depending on your own profile, definitely you can answer yes or no to that question. But I am again repeating it, you have to answer them before 2nd of August. You have to answer them, save it into your system, and then again finish up submitting the complete application, just signing it off after that. It will take you to the end, write your name, sign it, submit it, so that your answers are transmitted into the system. And as I told you, it is not going to make any difference to your points, but you need to answer this question before 2nd of August. If you are facing any problem, if you don't know the answer to your question, you can contact us, and we will be happy to answer that for you. So we have a lot of more updates to discuss, but before that, we will be talking about. We will be taking a couple of questions we have, and before we taking up a question, I have another exciting news for all of our clients. The great news for you is now myself is also we have joined hand with Save Mexico Nature Reality team, and I'm also a realtor now. So we can not just only we are expanding our services beyond immigration for our clients. We will not only help you getting immigrate to Canada, getting your PR. We can also assist you in getting your either a property for lease, or if you're planning to buy a property in Canada. So once you have done lease, obviously as a student also you may need a help to find a house for you. We can also provide you that services. On top of that, we can also, if you are already a PR or even a work permit, if you want to buy a home, we can assist you in that too. So that is a great and definitely it's an exciting news for us, and we would like to share with all of our clients. So if you have any need of investing in Canada, buying a home, or even leasing out, contact us, and we will be happy, very very happy to assist you in that regard. So now we will be taking up the questions we have right now, and we will be still continuing with the updates we have. First question: can I have work permit in Canada, sir? I am from Dubai. Yes, definitely. People from across the world can apply for a work permit in Canada, but you cannot apply a work permit at your own will. You need to have an employer who is ready to hire you. Once they're ready to hire you, they need to proceed ahead and submit an LMI application for you. Once the LMI application is approved, you can apply for a work permit. So that's how the process works. So you need to have an LMIA, which is Labor Market Impact Assessment, to work in Canada. There are few categories under which open work permit can be granted, which can make you eligible to come and work in Canada, where no LMI will be required. But that are different categories. One of them could be spousal open work permit application, where you don't need uh, basically you can apply for the open work permit without even needing an LMI. The other could be there are few LMI exempt LMI also, like intercompany transfer don't need an LMI. So there are few categories through which you can come and work in Canada even without having an LMI. But it depends on your situation. But in most of the normal circumstances, you will need a LMI positive decision for your application. And once you get the positive decision, then only you can expect yourself getting to the point where you will be getting an invite. So yes, applying for a work permit. So that's how the whole situation work regarding work permit. If you have any further concern, we can definitely assist you in that regard too. Then we have Steve asking a question. Good morning, sir. I have Canada PR, but I'm living in my home country for last 2.5 years. Planning to come Canada, but I want come with my wife. Kindly suggest me how shall will come with me planning to come. Okay. So, Steve, I'm not pretty sure once you like. I'm. I have to assume here that your wife is also PR, or she's not a PR right now. You need to clarify me that. If she's already a PR, then definitely you can come together even after 2.5 years, because your initial PR is granted for 5 years. So you have to be in Canada before that, and to maintain your PR status, you have to stay here for at least almost around 735 days, which is approximately 2 years. you should be in Canada to make yourself eligible to extend your permanent residency status. That is in the last 5 years. But if your wife has not yet got his her PR, then definitely first you need to come here, apply for her PR application, and once her PR application is approved, then she could come here. That is the one option of getting her here. Second option could be you have to come here first, and you can, along with applying for a PR application, you can also now file your Vista visa application for your spouse, and if that get approved, while your PR is under process, she can also come to Canada or to visit you. Meanwhile, the application is under process. That is how your wife can come to Canada. But if we have more information about the exact situation, we will definitely guide you accordingly and can help you in the process. Hi Priya, thank you. Good morning. Then Rohit has a question. Sir, I'm living in Brampton for the last 3 months. Can I sponsor my parents? Okay. So Rohit, sponsoring a parent, even if you're living for 1 month, you can do it. All what matters is what is your current status in your country. As far as you're legally staying in Canada, you can definitely invite your parents. Either you are a student, either you are on a work permit, or you are a permanent resident, on whatever status you are, you can invite your parents for a Vista visa. Sponsoring has a different word also. For example, if you want to invite your parents and grandparents for PR, for permanent residency, so for that you may have to wait because that is a draw system. 2022, we haven't heard anything about any draw being happening about parents and grandparents. We are expecting maybe in the last quarter of this year, maybe we have a draw coming up for parents and grandparents. But as of now, there is no information regarding that. But if it is a draw system, first of all, they'll give you a window to get into the pool. Once you're into the pool, you can, uh, you'll have to wait. And then when the draws will be held, it is sort of a lucky draw system. If your parents and grandparents are picked in the draw, then you can sponsor them for a permanent residency too. So that's how the system works if you want to invite your parents or grandparents. Okay. Now, thirdly, today we have discussed about express entry to draws which were held. What was the breakdown? The second important information we have shared today is regarding international students who are claiming their point under Canadian experience class. There were a couple of questions added. In fact, 3 exact questions added. You have to answer them. You might have got an email by now because all the emails were sent in for yesterday. Tuesday is the last day to revert those emails. Basically, you have to log into your pool, answer those questions, resubmit your profile again. Make sure you're doing it properly and completely, and your answers are submitted properly. And then now let's discuss about college admission for international students. Students who are in Canada who are looking for admission for January 2023 or September 2022. We have got seats available for 1 year program, for 2 year program in colleges across GTA. We have seats available in Brampton, we have seats available in Mississauga, we have seats available in Toronto and Scarborough. We have seats available in all these 3-4 categories, 3-4 cities. So definitely uh, you can contact us if you're looking for admissions. If you're studying in a private college, want to move to a public college, we can help you. If you finish a 1 year program, looking to start up another 1 year program, again we can help you in that regard too. But you need to contact us immediately, especially for fall 2022. The window is narrowing down. If you want to apply and you want to start up your education in September 2022, you have finished your program in May. You have to start up in September at any cost. Even if you have previously completing your program in August, then also you can start up your education in September. Our advice to international students is always to complete your education as soon as possible, 1 year or 2 year program, apply for a post-graduation work permit, and definitely later on you can also get a chance of applying for work permit as soon as possible. The sooner you get to a work permit, the more chances of you getting a PR as soon as possible. Okay, then we have to discuss today is the last topic of the day is spousal open work permit application. There is a great news for all spousal open work permit application that the application process has reduced to almost 3 to 2 months now. We are getting application decision being made which was submitted in April. We are getting the decision now in July. So what you can say May, June, July, hardly 3 months. One of the application, in fact, we got approved was just in 2 months, which was submitted in May 2022. So that's how the process is working right now. And in the near future, definitely Before pandemic, the average processing time was around 40 to 60 days. I think IRCC is going to achieve, especially in this category, I'm thinking they are going to achieve that target of getting to the normal processing time before the end of 2022, which is great news for all spousal open work permit clients. Now, just to let you know, our success rate under spousal open work permit is around 98% of our application under this category get approved. We have got done thousands and thousands of refusal applications which were successfully approved once we did it. We have done an application where 3 to 4 times they've already got their refusal for spousal open work permit or visitor visa, but we got them through because the way we prepare our application is very strong. We try to make, we not just try, we make sure that every information which is required by IRCG to make a decision on the application is submitted into the file, and which will make decision easy for the officer looking into the file. So that's why our success rate is high, because our way we present the file in the system is definitely as per the IRCC guideline, and we try to submit all the application, uh, all the documents which are required. We do ask for more document maybe as compared to other consultant, but that's the difference here. That's why our success rate is higher. Some people compare us with, okay, your prices are higher than the other consultant. Again, because of a success rate, because of the services we provide, we go into the detail of the application. We need time to do it, and if we are spending time, it's going to cost us, and if it's going to cost us, definitely it's going to cost more to our clients. But if you compare that to the success rate we have got, it's worth spending that money, because we take personal interest in all the application we submit. We try to not try to definitely make sure that no error has been done. We provide them with all the information they need to for the officer to submit the to approve the application or make a positive decision out of it. That's why our success rate is very high. So if you are someone who is looking uh, to invite their spouse on a spousal work permit, or if you are somebody who want to invite their spouse on a PR application also on a sponsored base, inland application or outland application, we can assist you also on that. The processing time for a spousal PR application is approximately 12 months if you are outside Canada, and around 8 to 9 months if you are already in Canada. So you can contact us either for spousal open work permit application or for spousal PR application. We will be happy to assist you in both categories of application. And as I said you, in both the categories, our success rate is very high. So you can trust us. If you are looking to get your spousal open work permit or PR application, we can definitely assist you getting to that point. So these were the 4 major topics we wanted to discuss in this session. If you have any question, kindly post it in the comment section while we are wrapping up the session. I will be still happy to answer those questions for you. If you don't have any further question, definitely we will be wrapping up this session now, and we will be again meeting you next Friday with new updates, new information, news from IRCC. And as soon as they get updated, if you follow our Facebook page or our Instagram page, you will figure out all the information posted there. On We do have a TikTok channel too, where we post our regular news are being updated on that TikTok channel too. So make sure you are following us on social media for us to give you all the relevant information on time. If you still need any further assistance or further help, you can contact Networth Immigration Solutions, and we will be happy to assist you in all your immigration needs. Just to want to repeat again, we have got seats available for onshore application for fall 2022 and January 2023 intake. If you have your friends, family in Canada looking to get admissions, contact us. And again, I would like to share the exciting news, the good news we have for all of our clients here is we are also now a licensed realtor in Canada, and we can help you assisting your residential need. Everybody who come to Canada, they need a home to either lease or buy or invest. We can now help you in all those needs too. If you are a student looking to lease your property, you're not able to find it, we have a dedicated team who's going to look after your needs regarding the lease. We do have again a dedicated team if you want to buy your home or invest, we can assist you on those in all these 3 categories. So thank you all the viewers for joining into this show. We will be live back again next Friday. Till then, have a great weekend. Great. This is a long weekend here, but just to let our clients know, we are open on Monday. We are not closed. The office in Brampton and Calgary both are open on Monday. You can contact us, and we can help you even during this long weekend. So we are working tomorrow, that is Saturday, and we are also working on Monday. We are not off over this long weekend. So again, thank you all for joining into the session. We will see you live back next Friday. Till then, goodbye and see you all next Friday.